We need to know, has it now definitely stopped the indefinite usage of people in national service?
There has never been indefinite usage of people in national service.
The UN says completely contrary.
Well, the UN report, if you ask people who live in Eritrea, including European Union ambassadors, will tell you that this is a distorted picture of the reality. Young people have been compelled to be in national service for longer periods of time, and it's difficult for them.
And how long were you in the military?
10 years.
10 years?
Yeah.
Tell me how long some people are in the military in Eritrea.
More than 10 years.
For years, military service has been supposed to be 18 months, has gone on and on and on. And for many people, it's 10 years, 15 years, in some cases, without end. And that is one of the reasons why people are fleeing your country.
Again, that's not true. Young people have been compelled to be in national service for longer periods of time, and it's difficult for them.
So what exactly are they doing here?
One guy is building a house, so he invited all the villagers. So these are all volunteers working together to build this house.
Mm-hmm. So they're volunteering?
They're volunteering.
And lunch is provided and that sort of
he
thing.
provides lunch and he provides drink. So this is the most difficult part, to lay the foundation.
Yes.
So he invites everybody. He will not pay them. So shall we move now?
As always, our minder is taking a keen interest in who we talk to and what they say. So we can't ask these men if they are volunteers or actually doing national service. We've been told that national service can mean forced labour in civilian jobs like construction and agriculture. The government admits that conscription can be indefinite, but says this is because of the ongoing dispute with Ethiopia.
But people have been doing national service for extended periods of time. Again, that's because of the war.
When we speak to Eritreans that we find who fled the country, they talk specifically about what they call almost a forced labor method, the national service. That's what's driving so many young people out of the country.
Well, if you find asylum seekers, what they are going to say is to be expected.
That means young people have been compelled to be in national service for longer periods of time, and it's difficult for them.
It must be more than difficult because many young people are putting their lives at risk to get away from it. The UN estimates up to 4,000 Eritreans flee every month.
The first choice to leave my country because like all of young people of Eritrea, like we don't have they keep us indefinite military service.
In Eritrea, military conscription starts at 18 and has no definite end date. It's what drives so many teenagers to leave their parents and embark on this life or death journey.
أنا جيت من إريتريا أنا كنت عسكري وبعدين كريت العسكرية وجيت من دوايح بارونت أنت خدمة وطنية كلها سنواتي هنا خايفين من دي عشان كده نحن هربنا والشباب كلهم برضو نفس القصة بيروا بيطلعوا كلهم بيمشوا
National service in Eritrea is officially 18 months, but it can go on indefinitely.
في كل العالم الخدمة الوطنية موجودة، لكن عندها فترة زمنية، في إريتريا ما عندها.
Most of those fleeing Eritrea are young people who say they want to avoid conscription, a compulsory exercise for both men and women who have finished school. While military service for school leavers is supposed to last just 18 months, many of them are forced to serve for decades.
إسرع عمتها بزنور كل جزيرة أبيرتها وتدرنا أنيرة مالتي أمي كموداتها 9 4 حيزة سقاب قبل حد ورحي أبو قدر أسكرنا أنيرة مالتي قبل أي تقبل حلف حفل بطبل كفل لا تبع لكم مالتي إسرع عمت بلو
صرت 5 عمتها الدفعات كوفلنا لنا The problem is that most of the country's working population is in uniform. Eritrea has more soldiers per person than any other country except North Korea, with recruits expected to work for the state after they serve. The state keeps its young men in the army to fend off what it calls aggression from Ethiopia. The two neighbors have had a tense relationship since they fought a bloody 2-year border war.
Eritrea has another unique reason why people are leaving: conscription. What can you tell us about it?
Yes, I was in Eritrea for a few days last year and spoke to as many people as possible about this. And indeed, the reason that kept coming up time and time again was military conscription. This idea that they would have to go to a boot camp, be treated very roughly, paid very little, and perhaps almost above all, there was no real end in sight. You know, this conscription can go on indefinitely. Met people who said they'd been, you know, there for 20 years or so, and it's not all military and fighting. I mean, some of it is civilian desk jobs. But being paid an incredibly low amount, you know, it's not enough to cover the groceries for the week.
بعدم فللي ده يقولوا ما يسقط فللي ده يقولوا كعتق ولو عقر حيله دكش صنيع بجزبل قصالي لممد قصالي من بربار دليه
The conscription has no age limit. As long as you can carry a gun, you belong in the military. Even my father, who is partially blind, is in the army. I don't want to lead that kind of life.
ሽማግሌታት ዓበይት ደቂ 60 70 ልዕሊኡ ኣብዚ ስራሕ እዚ ይሰርሕ ኩሉ ህዝቢ ዝፅዕረሉ ዘሎ መደባት እንታይ ይረክብ ኣሎ ኣልሓንቲ ትዝበዝሕ ከም ተቀዲመ ዝበልክዎ ፅሩይ ማይ ዝረክብ ዝስተ እውን ክንደይ ማይ ዝረክብ ዘሎ ኤሌክትሪክ ክሳብ ሕጂ ዘለናዮ ኣብ ዝሓለፈ 20 ክንደይ ዓመታት ናይ ናጽነት መብራህቲ ኣብ ከባቢኦም ዘይበፅሐ ሩሑ ከይከትካ ዝጎደቦ ናይ ኣስመራ ክንደይ ኣሎ ክንደይ ስሉጥ ናይ መጋዓዝያ ኣገልግሎት ይረክብ ክንደይ ኢልካ ሓደ ብሓደ ፅብፅቦ ትኽእል ኩሉ እዚ ኣብዚ ዝብሎ ዘለኹ ስራሕ ይሰርሕ ኣሎ ሓደ ካብቲ ክሳራ ናይ ዝሓለፈ ክንደይ ዓመታት ናይ ሃገራዊ ኣገልግሎት ኣብ ፅርግያ ተደርበየ ሃገራዊ ኣገልግሎት እዩ ኣብ ፅርግያ ተደርበየ ሃገራዊ ኣገልግሎት እዩ 12 ክፍሊ ወዲእኻ ኣይሓለፍካን ወይ ናብ ኮሌጃት መእተው ዕድል ኣይረኸብካን ተባሂሉ ወላዚ ናይ ማሞስ መደባት ደእተናዮ ኣይሰርሐን ናብ ሰራዊት ምኻድ ዊና ኣይነበረን ብዓሰርተታት ኣሽሓት ኣብ ንስ ወከፍ ዓመት ዳርጋ ዞርሞ ተረፈ መንእሰይ ውሕዳ ኮነ ዞርሞ ተረፈ መንእሰይ ውሕዳ ኮነ
And the Eritrean people continue their mass exodus. The country still bleeds refugees every day. Exiled Eritrean journalist Aaron Berhane.
The Eritrean flee their country because Eritrea is now a living hell.